Hey everybody, this is JJ, back at Comic-Con, day 2 still, I should say, and I am right now on the second floor of the convention center, which I've never done a video from, but this is the view from the panel room area, looking outside at downtown, and there's kind of a cool view in these on this second floor. But yeah, I had a panel scheduled in a room behind me that I just discovered has been moved. So what I thought I'd do is give everyone a walk through the upper level here of the panel room and or panel area on the second floor, and just give you a little look. So let's go. So these are where all of the panels happen, or most all of them. You can see a bunch of fans waiting in line to get into whatever's in that room. It's never terribly crowded up here, thankfully, especially during the special edition of Comic-Con, where there's not as many people to start with. So what I'm going to do, gang, is as I go to the new or the correct room, I'll walk you through the concourse here and under the sails, where there's some other programming that goes on out there. So during a regular Comic-Con, this area here is packed with people. When I get past this crowd, I'll pan to the right, and these are one of the hallways with even more panel rooms. So yeah, let's take a walk under the sails. So basically, mostly what's under here is just sitting areas for fans for this show. What they do have against that far wall there are autograph areas. So fans who purchase tickets for celebrity autographs, that's typically where they have those. But there aren't too many of those this year because they don't have a lot of celebrity guests. So this room actually used to be an open air extension of the convention center, but several years ago they closed it up, put some air conditioning in here. It's a lot nicer. And then once we get through these doors here, we're going to be going into the expanded part of the convention center, which was put on sometime around 2001, I want to say, so some 20 years ago. And down below are like the there's the exhibit hall. So this place is pretty big. All right, so you might see ballroom 20 there. That's the second biggest panel room here at the convention center, second only to Hall H. You have a lot of big events in here as well, including the annual masquerade contest. For all the fans doing cosplay, they can actually enter a contest and win prizes, I guess. I've never attended the contest. in here. So we walked east, and if I take you over here, that's right there. That's where I did my live video yesterday morning before the show opened. There's the gas lamp sign somewhere. I'm trying to find it. But yeah, that's where I first went live. And then, once again, that's my hotel up there. So yeah, kind of a nice view from up here. All right, let's keep going. I'm late for my panel. I'm not sure where this room is, honestly, so I hope I'm going the right way. No worries. Oh, here's something cool that I never actually realized. You can see the mountains. I'll do a quick pan around. Yeah, so in the summertime, it's late afternoon here, so there's not much sunlight, but in the summertime, during the day when the sun is overhead, it's really bright and airy up here. Kind of looks like a mall out of the Jetsons or something. So anyhow, over here, these are some additional panel rooms that were part of the expansion. And I'm headed to room 24, which I see down the hall. Panel is a Comixology panel. Comixology started out as a digital provider of comics when digital comics became a thing, and now they've got a series of original comics that they're launching. And Scott Snyder, the comics writer, has his own self-publishing imprint called Best Jacket Press, I believe. And he's launched an initiative to publish several original series on Comixology. All right, just about here, gang, so I gotta go. But yeah, I think it's in here. All right, gotta go, gang. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you. Bye. Here, I'll give you one last look at everything. Boop. Hey, everyone. I'm back. Startling transition there. Yeah, I got to my panel. Okay. Comixology Originals. So it's pretty cool, folks. As I mentioned a minute ago, they're historically publisher, or not a publisher, but a outlet for digital comics from other publishers. But these originals are published by them in digital format first, and then subsequently released in print to comic shops. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, I am going to cross the hall here. And yeah, it's going on 4:30 here in San Diego, and you can tell sun's starting to set. That's Petco Park in the background. My next panel is actually around the corner, I believe. So let's continue the walk here. So I'll share one thing. This was the room I was just in, and there's some significance there. So if any of all you remember Congressman John Lewis, he actually appeared at this show 3 or 4 times to promote his graphic novel trilogy called March, and it was based on his life story during the civil rights movement and his subsequent rise into government. Actually, his whole life, as well as his upbringing and the oppression he faced. But anyway, he actually did a march starting from that room, and I actually have that on video. Maybe I don't know if I ever put it on YouTube. I'll have to do that. But in any event, he did a panel in that room, and it was packed. And when the panel was done, he led the crowd from the panel. He let the children come first, and he marched everyone down that hallway through the sales that we went through earlier, and then back down into the exhibit hall, where he actually had a seat at the who published that book? Top Shelf, I think. He actually had a seat there. He was appearing at the show, and he signed everybody's copies. So that's one of my favorite memories, actually, of this show. And in fact, the line I remember for the panel extended right about to this point. And he actually, the first year that I saw him, he actually was greeting people waiting in line and saying hi, and it was really cool. It was cool getting to meet him. So, Petco Park still. All right, so this is not a dead end. I'm heading over to room 29. We're at 27. But we'll stop over here. So just to put everything in perspective, that is Harbor Drive down there, and that bridge is where I did the video from the night before Comic-Con, Thanksgiving night. I was standing somewhere on there, right around this time. It was 2 nights ago. So yeah, let's keep going. Here's how it looks from the other way. Comic-Con Special Edition. That goes down, that escalator goes down to the lobby, which leads into the exhibit hall. It's not where I'm going at the moment. There ain't nobody back here. In fact, this is one of the few places in the convention center when during the normal Comic-Con you can come back here and hide. But you know, one thing about this show is there is like nowhere where you can stand. I mean, like if you're walking, it's in the exhibit hall, it's in a lot of the concourses. If you're walking, you got to keep going. And you know, Lord help you, like if you have to stop to tie your shoe, because as soon as you stop and kneel down to do that, there'll be some frosty bald security guy telling you to keep moving. So you know, it's mandated by the fire marshal. You know, so I get it. But, you know, it's like, you know, I'm not looking to take up residence, dude. I just got to tie my shoe, you know. So even back here, they don't let people, you know, just camp out and, you know, eat their lunch or whatever. They make them move on. But since there's nobody back here, they're not really going to mandate anyone do that. And we'll get to see the setting sun in a moment. It's a far different experience up here than in the exhibit hall. So yeah, sundown's in about 15 minutes, so that is, for those that don't know the area, that is San Diego Harbor. The land you see just beyond there is Coronado Island. In fact, that bridge you see is what connects San Diego to Coronado Island, and I think there are some cosplayers, and I think that's the only way on or off. I don't remember. I actually went there once. It's nice, but there's just already a lot to do here. So, and then beyond that, beyond Coronado, is the Pacific Ocean, and then you can't see it from here, but the naval base is nearby. And if you spend any amount of time outside at this show, you'll often see military helicopters flying overhead. So I've always maintained that there's never a safer place to be than this convention, because if anyone was looking to do any kind of terrorist thing here, they'd be doing it on the front steps of the naval base, and I don't think anyone's that stupid. So anyhow, but yeah, so there's a bunch more panel rooms to go down here. They got a ton of them, and panel room 29 is my next panel, and that is actually a Comic-Con panel about Comic-Con, the history of Comic-Con. So I've been coming out here for 27 years, but there's actually people on this panel who've been coming out even longer, who we're going to talk about how the con has changed and evolved. So it looks like there's a lineup for that, so I'm going to go get in that. But yeah, so that's it, gang. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be posting, I'll be doing my annual walkthrough downstairs at the exhibit hall, and I kind of did a trial run, and it looks like it's going to be a lot different experience, and I'll explain what I mean by that tomorrow. But I don't know if I can go live with that, because like this video here, I just cannot get a signal in this place. So I'll probably record it and then post it as soon as I can. If I do go live, it's probably going to be around 1 p.m. Pacific, so that'd be 4 p.m. Eastern. But most likely I'll be posting it later. So yeah, so that's it, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and take care. Continue to enjoy your weekend. Let's get one last look at that sunset. All right. Take care, everyone. JJ signing off. See you.